welcome to Taffy's Texas Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies stuffed with caramel, topped with chocolate, and I'm going to get everything ready to make our chocolate chip cookies and then I'll be back. Okay, in my mixer I've got 2 sticks of butter, and to add to that I'm going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cups of white sugar, and then we're going to blend that together. And I'm just going to start that on low just to get it started, and then we're just going to let this go for about 5 to 7 minutes just till you see that it's creamy and the sugar crystals are gone, and I'll bring it back when we get to that stage. Okay, we've been going for, I think it went for about 6 minutes, and this is what it looks like. It's light and fluffy. And now we're going to go ahead and add in, recipe calls for 1 large egg, but I had 2 really small eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and add those 2 small eggs in. I'm just going to turn it down on low. We need 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And we need a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to scrape my sides down. And then we need 2 1/4 cup of flour. I've already got that measured out. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. And just add the rest of the flour in, and then we're just going to mix this until it's combined, just barely combined, because we need to mix in the chocolate chips. I'm going to do that by hand. Cup of flour. take our chocolate chips and fold them in by hand, and we need a 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. Move this out of the way. And then after we get the chocolate chips mixed in, I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and let them set up for about at least 30 minutes. It doesn't hurt to leave them in there for over an hour, and that just helps give you a better texture chocolate chip cookie. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap these up and stick them in the refrigerator, and then we'll be back. Okay, our cookie dough's been chilling out for about 30 minutes. And now what I'm going to do is scoop, just like you would if you're making cookies about the same size, cookie dough in each one of these. And when we pull this out of the oven, what I'm going to do is push down the middle, and what it's going to do is kind of make like a little cup or like a little cookie crust, and then we're going to fill the center of the little crust with caramel. My son-in-law is the one that sent this to me. He got it off of, he's seen it, I can't remember where he saw it at. I don't know if it was on TikTok. So I'm just going to continue to fill these up, and then I got my oven set on 375, and it's already up to temperature. And then we're going to cook these for 10 minutes. After we get these into the oven, I'm going to make the caramel. There's enough in here to probably make a dozen cookies, so put this back in the refrigerator and make some cookies in a little bit. Just trying to make sure I got these even. Okay, well, I'm going to get these in the oven, and we're going to cook them, like I said, for 10 minutes at 375, and I'll be back in just a minute and we'll make some caramel. Okay, we got, first off, you want to make sure you start with a heavy-duty pan. I'm going to go ahead and turn this. You want to start out on high, and I'm going to put in a cup of sugar, and then 1/4 cup of water. And at the beginning, you do not want to stir. You can kind of just get the sugar into the water, but you don't really want to stir it. And what you want to watch for is around the edges. Once they start looking like they're starting to get melted or golden brown around the edges, then what we'll do is kind of just, we're not going to stir, but what we'll do is just kind of scoop the edges into the center but we're not gonna like, you know, start stirring it up. We're just gonna like scoop those edges into the middle. And then once it starts getting golden brown around the edges, then we're gonna turn it down because it starts going pretty fast at that time. Turning, you know, the sugar will start melting and turn into caramel pretty fast. It's already starting to bubble just a little bit. I am going to just turn it down a little bit because it's starting to get brown around the edge. It's tempting just to get in there and stir it up, but you don't want to. If you do that, what it can cause is that it will be crystally, and you don't want that to happen. I need 3/4 cup of heavy cream. Now, if you were wanting it to be a more like sauce, like you're pouring over ice cream or something, you would want a whole cup. But since I want it to be thicker, we're just going to use 3/4 cup of heavy cream. As caramel cools down, it also thickens up, so these cookies will end up being like, you know, like a gooey caramel in the center. And your cream, you do want to make sure that I have let it sit out. You don't want to be sure that you don't put in cold cream right from the refrigerator, because it'll just like explode in here when you put it in. It's just starting to get kind of brown around the edges. So I'm just going to start pulling that up. That's a timer for our cookies. Just gonna let them go for about 2 more minutes. They still look really, they don't look quite ready yet. Sugar's starting to turn that real caramel brown now. Our cookies are done. few little pieces that are left that are hard chunks of sugar. At this point, it's a caramel sauce now. So we want to just make sure that all those pieces are melted. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. I'm going to pour in the heavy cream. You can see it'll start really bubbling up. You just want to keep stirring. Stir, stir, stir. If you stop stirring, it'll seize up. So you just want to make sure you get that cream stirred in there. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put a teaspoon of vanilla. And we still want it to go ahead and cook for about 3 minutes. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to move you back just a little bit here so you can see the cookies. I'm going to just push these down in the center, making like a little cup. Give this a stir real quick. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Well, that worked out perfect, a tablespoon. Just press it down to make a little well. Alright, well I'm going to let this finish. As soon as the timer goes off, I'm going to take it off the heat. And then we're just going to pour it into a container so it can continue to thicken up, and the cookies need to cool off, and this can thicken up, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I got the caramel. I poured it into a mason jar, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to take a tablespoon, voids with the caramel. Almost had a disaster. I accidentally knocked over my jar of caramel, but I caught it, so that would have been horrible to make a whole thing of caramel and just spill it all over. And before you put in the caramel, I did take a a knife and just go around the edge and make sure that each of the cookies was loose. And I did go ahead and make up some chocolate. I just did it in the microwave, and you'll just want to do that for 30 seconds at a time and just continuously stir it until it's melted. I'm just going to take a scoop of chocolate. You could use dark chocolate. And I melted half a cup of chocolate chips. It was just semi-chocolate chips, what I put in the chocolate chip cookies. So you could change it up on the top. You could put, do dark chocolate or just... So it'd even probably just be cute with like a Hershey's Kiss on the top. Alright, well I'm going to get these, I'm going to let them set probably for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'll get them plated up, and then once we get a taste tester home, we'll have someone taste it. We'll see in a little bit. Okay, we got Joe. He's going to be our taste tester. Here, get a bite and get all the way to it's caramel and chocolate. Thumbs up. Alright, well, thank you guys for being with us. Bye-bye.
Subscribe.